Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my video, everybody. My name is Raphael Salisbury, and I'm a student pilot, and I'm not going to say where. So I have a couple questions that I would like to answer for y'all. So first one, what is it like the moments before your first solo flight? And that's a tricky one. Before my first solo flight, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous. I had to study a lot. I had to make sure I knew everything and make sure, I don't bust airspace. I was more nervous about talking to ATC.
Air France 37, northwest is kind of the other direction.
You say tail to the northwest, Air France 037.
No, I said face north.
That's basically how my first solo went, but once I did it, it was all Gucci, so I don't even sweat it. What's my favorite training memory? The first time my instructor gave me the controls of the plane, she was just like, it was the first day we went out flying too. She was like, all right, your controls, you're taking off. I'm like, I'm taking off. I'm so fucking scared right now. Kind of like show me what I'm supposed to do. Like I thought it was gonna be more slow, but they were like, as soon as we get in the plane, my first day of flying, it was just go time. It's like, yo, it's your controls. That's it, it's you.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
But yeah, that's my favorite memory. Just taking control of the plane for the first time. What was the first thing you thought on your first successful go? The first thing I thought on my first successful go, I think my first successful go when first learned how to land, but land properly. Like that shit was butter. And I was going in a pattern just like smoothly. I was just hitting. I just thought, man, I'm a real pilot. I feel like a real pilot. I feel like I really already got my certificate. Just give it to me already. That's what I thought. That's how I felt. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm already good. What made you realize, yup, this shit right here is for me? Yup, this shit right here is for me. What made me realize that? I've been realized that. Since I was a kid, I've always been fascinated by airplanes. You can ask my step-pops. I used to draw planes as a kid. And the most exciting part for me going on vacation was going in the airplane, going there. The plane ride was the big part of my vacation. I always loved planes. I was never scared of it. Being a little child, like even during the turbulence and the taking off and the landings, it was never nerve-wracking for me. Everybody else panicking. I'm over here like, damn, this is a roller coaster. That's how I know that this is right here is for me. I need to do this. What's the coolest, weirdest thing you've seen up there? I hope I don't get in trouble with the FBI for this one, but the weirdest thing I ever saw in the sky? Let me stop. I ain't never seen no aliens. I ain't gonna hold you. But there was a boat that was sinking one time, and it never got reported on the news. Like, it's a big-ass boat, too. That shit was just sinking like the Titanic. So, I don't know. Hopefully, everybody made it out alive. I hope they good. Yo, if y'all watching this video and y'all alive, yo, that's good on you. But, I hope the family is doing good, whoever was part of that situation, because that looked like a mess. What planes do you fly in? I mean, obviously, Cessna 172, you feel me? I got a G1000s. I got a glass cockpit. I'm flying in luxury. Y'all can't get like me.
You're not moving like me. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't flying in no 152. Now I'm joking. 152 is a good plane. But we flying in that premium shit. We got the goat fur on that. Bro, we got the suede leather in that shit too. Like, bro, that shit fancy as hell. We riding the style out here. You feel me? So let me see. What is the worst mistake you made as a pilot? A student pilot. Not just a pilot. I'm a student pilot. So when I make a mistake, it's all right. When a regular pilot makes a mistake, that shit is not all right. All right? So what's the worst mistake I made? Now, there's two I want to talk about. Actually, I got three things to talk about. One time I was with this guy, another instructor versus my original instructor. And, I don't know why I was so nervous with him. But I pulled the power out too early when I was landing. I basically dropped it from like almost 100 feet. Bro, the butterfly feel in your stomach when you drop in there. I basically had that. And the plane bounced like 4 times. It went boing, boing, boing. I felt like I was, what's that character in Nintendo that be jumping and shit? Yeah, I felt like Mario. Anyways, another time I made a big mistake. Yeah, listen, as a student pilot, you're gonna make mad mistakes. So if you ever feel bad about it, don't feel bad about it. It's normal. That's part of the process of being a pilot. The only thing is you got to just make sure you don't die. But the second mistake I made was, there was a time, right? Me and my instructor was landing, and ATC told me to turn off somewhere, and it was a little bit early because we still coming in fast, and my dumb ass pushes down the brakes. I lock that shit up, and I almost pop the tire. We go down the ground, and I forget to check the tire, and then the school calls me and is like, yo, bro, like, there's a freaking dip in this tire. It's like almost about to pop. I think somebody, when they was driving it to maintenance, that shit did pop. That's a big mistake. My advice for you guys that are ever doing something that you're not comfortable with, or you know that you can't handle, and ATC tells you to do it, all flight schools will tell you this. Don't do it. Say negative, like unable. You know, just don't do it. Don't do something that's unsafe. ATC is not perfect. Sometimes they're gonna give you wrong instruction. Another mistake I made. I was going for a stage check and I kept overshooting my base to final. For y'all that are not pilots and that don't know what that is, let's say you're on a highway and you have a road, a lane that you're supposed to stay on. Basically, I was going outside of my lane. In the sky, we have a lane. When we're going on base, the final, we have to be in a specific lane. I'm overshooting it. I'm going into the opposite lane where everybody else could possibly be coming in. And yeah, basically that's dangerous because I got hit another aircraft while they're trying to come in. Because what if there's another pilot that's deviating? So that's something that I made a mistake on. It's totally unsafe. I failed my stage check because of it. Totally blew that. But I'm glad that he failed me because it made me realize the importance of why we do what we do. So shout out to him. What is your advice to passengers that are afraid of flying? What is my advice to passengers that are afraid of flying? I mean, if you're afraid of something, you're afraid of something. There's no words I could give you that's going to make you not afraid of something. What I can tell you is just do it. You know what courage is? Courage is doing something in the face of fear. So it doesn't matter if you're afraid of something, just do it. You can't live your life of fear because that's just going to keep you stagnant if you're afraid of something. Try to always tackle your fears. That's my biggest advice to people. Yeah, you're more likely to die on the ground than in the air. That's actually fact. You can look it up. There's science. You don't know science?
You don't know science?
It's flying safe. I mean, it depends on what plane you in, who's flying it. There's all types of factors that make flying, safe or not. Flying could be super safe, especially if you're on a commercial airliner, and it depends on the country too. If you're in a country where the rules are super strict and you have to have 1,500 hours before you work in airlines, these people have a ton of experience flying. You're gonna be super safe in the U.S., of course. My advice to you: don't go cheap when it comes to flying. That's all I'm saying. Is it difficult to fly an aircraft? Yes. Ish. It depends on who you are. If you're somebody that is used to handling vehicles, no, it's not that difficult. Just a landing will be difficult, but that's difficult for everybody. It's different. Flying is just a whole different beast of its own. Now, if you're somebody that never operated a vehicle, of course it's going to be freaking hard. Like, you never operated shit in your life. What do you expect? All right. Is flight school hard? Bro, if I could describe what flight school is basically college on crack. It's a whole different world. The basics of flying and learning the procedures and the information when it comes to just airspace and weather and the basics of that is like, it's like trigonometry in my opinion. Is it different training in an urban area than a suburban area or the countryside per se? Yes. In the countryside, there's not a lot of traffic. It's like driving in the city versus driving in the country. In the country, you can get away with speeding. You could probably do drifts and shit out there in the middle of the road, like public roads, and you probably won't get in trouble for it. You know what I mean? It's just, you have more freedom to do whatever. In the city, you gotta drive at slower speed limits. You got more rules. Same thing. Flying out here in New York City, bro, the airspace is massive. You cannot bust these airspaces. We have to watch out for every little thing we do. We actually got to know more out here than the guys training out there in the freaking countryside. The guys training out there, they have a little more time before they really actually get to deal with those crazy rules and regulations and airspaces. Out here, we got to know everything off the back. We got to know everything off the jump. It's ghetto. It's a jungle out here in this airspace. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all. I got some footage I'm going to put there of my flight training so y'all can see what it's like. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Peace.